back to all of my subscribers, and welcome if this is the first time you're joining me. My name is Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as Instagram, TikTok, and my own website, odessamall.com, I hope to deliver messages to you that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. So today I'm going to be looking into what makes you a rare gem. I'm really excited about this reading. I'm going to be covering some of your psychic and spiritual gifts. I'm also going to be looking into your talents. Some of them you may know about, but there might be some other things that you have strong aptitudes towards or skill in that you're really underestimating. I'm also going to be looking at the qualities that people really love about you. What makes you valuable? What makes you sparkle? You know, what makes you like rare and really like coveted by others? So it's really going to be fun. I've got 3 piles for you guys to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with this amethyst point. Amethyst is a crystal that helps to open up your third eye chakra, which is connected to our psychic abilities. It helps us to connect with our spirit guides, to receive messages, decipher those messages, utilize that information for our own life, possibly even pass some of that information on to others. Then pile number 2 is partnered with this citrine point. Citrine is connected with the solar plexus chakra, which is our center for personal empowerment. It is the place that helps us to find our inner fire and our drive to move forward. And citrine is also known as a crystal for manifestation. Then pile number 3 is partnered with strawberry calcite. This is a crystal that partners with the heart chakra, and more specifically the high heart chakra. And it brings about more positivity and joy in our lives. And it also promotes love for others and love for self. All right, so I will give you guys a second to select your pile, and I will see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So you picked the amethyst, and I wanted to let you know before I get into the cards that I'm running a contest this month for a free mini reading with me. If you would like to participate, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment on this video, and then I will be announcing the winner on the 1st of the month on my community tab. So let's find out what makes you guys a rare gem. So the very first card that you received is turquoise, and it says purification, strength, and wisdom. This particular crystal is associated with the astrological signs of Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. So you may be one of those sun signs, or you might have prominent placements in your chart connected to one or more of these signs. The affirmation is, I am at ease and nurtured. Turquoise is a stone of purification and helps dispel negative energy and pollutants when worn. It brings inner calm and helps ease panic and anxiety. It is a stone of friendship and love. It aligns our chakras with soothing energy. And it's also connected to the blue daisy, which is a symbol of purity, happiness, and calm. That's incredible. So you are naturally a very friendly, positive person. You draw a lot of people to you. I just heard admirers. So you might have a lot of people that have a crush on you. It seems to be like you have a natural ability to transmute energy as well, because this particular stone is known for purification and dispelling negative energy. Now, turquoise I also associate with the throat chakra, which would be connected to the art of communication. So you might be very well, very gifted at dispelling people's fears. You know, you might be the person in your group of friends that people feel comfortable coming to with literally any problem, that you just make them feel better. And I get the energy that even when you're just around them, when you're just like in somebody's presence, they feel better. The energy that I'm getting from this is that you have just like the right words to say, you know, like you know when to communicate with wisdom or give them some encouragement, provide them with strength, but you also know when to be silent too. Like, this is a real art. Wow, that is rare. That is a very rare gift. You know, something that typically people come to at the end of their life, to be perfectly honest. Like the most of the time when I see this gift really pronounced, it's coming forward from somebody who's really lived a long life and they've come to a place of peace and balance where they feel like they don't have to be in the spotlight or be in control. They are happy to take a step back. And the energy that I get from you guys is that you are you're part of a wide range of ages, but you're like coming from like your 20s on up to possibly in your 50s. And honestly, I feel this particular energy most prevalent when I'm around people that would be classified as seniors. So this is really advanced. You're probably old souls. You probably identify with the concept of an old soul. You might have felt sort of out of place with other people possibly earlier in your life, and you've really come into your own. The next card that you got is Oshun, generosity. And this particular goddess is connected to the power of the sun. You radiate positivity. You radiate happiness. I really feel like you've worked hard on coming to a place of pure acceptance. Like, you know who you are. You see your strengths. You see life as abundant and beautiful. And you, as a result of that, like, you filled your own cup. And as a result of that, you see the beauty in everyone else around you. And I think that that's another reason why you are able to be silent when that is called for, or be strong when that's called for, or provide wisdom when that is called for. Like, you're adaptable. I want to say you're a chameleon. And it's not because you are trying to get acceptance. It's that you are at peace with whatever role you have to play in that moment, because you honestly are in tune with, you know, the spiritual understanding that everyone is here for a specific reason. We are all interconnected, and we all have special gifts that are going to be utilized for some greater purpose in this life, and there is enough for everyone. So if it's someone else's time to shine, you're okay with that. This is card number 41, which reduces down to the number 5, which is referring to humans. It is talking about humans and growth and really exploring our humanity. And this is a huge lesson that, you know, people have to learn, and it like takes a really long time. You have obviously been working on this for a really long time. If you don't identify with the concept of reincarnation, that's okay. You've really gone through a lot of hardships in the past, and instead of being embittered by it, you made peace with it. You allowed those lessons, if you will, to make you stronger and actually find more compassion and love for people, which is so rare and beautiful. Oh my God. And then the next card you got is Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. And this is featuring Mercury. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. I know this because he is holding the caduceus, which is the symbol for Mercury. And this particular card is the predominant color here is green, which is connected to the heart chakra. You are, as a result of stepping into your self-acceptance, right? Being able to really like know who you are. You opened up your heart chakra and you found more love, like I was saying. And you, I think, also had an expansion in your psychic abilities so that you could receive even more healing information about people. You might get actual psychic downloads, and I will pull some psychic cards, you know, to find out more about that, but you might actually be getting psychic downloads about other people's health. So you might have a tendency to either know about things that are going to happen to others that are related to their health and well-being before they happen. So you might be able to give people a heads up, like, hey, you might want to go and see an optometrist, or you might want to take the long route home from, you know, the restaurant tonight instead of like taking the shortcut, because you just have a gut feeling that something might go wrong on the way home if they take their regular route. You might have a tendency to understand and just sort of feel in someone's energy field if they're feeling a lot of stress, even if they're smiling all the time and they appear to be normal. People often hide their true feelings, right? Like they, especially people that grew up in homes where, you know, they weren't allowed to sort of have any other emotions other than happiness. And you have a fine-tuned antenna for that kind of thing. Like, you can feel somebody's energy regardless of what they're saying or what their facial expressions are. And that's probably really helped you to navigate around people that could potentially cause you harm. Like, you might have walked down that road and like gone into the lion's den, if you will, in the past. But I think now you can sort of feel it in someone's energy if they're deep in their shadow, and you can kind of avoid things. And I think that you're able to sort of like help others to make wise decisions in that regard, or at least help give them some support, even if they're not like coming out and like telling you exactly what they're feeling. You, I think you're also able to like give them great guidance on how they can sort of improve their life. Now, some people may not be open to that. They might sort of like give you some pushback. And I think that you understand that everyone is at a different point on the same path. Like, we're all here learning lessons and growing, and some of us are older souls and some of us are younger souls, and depending on where you are, you may or may not be ready for the next steps, and you accept that. You got Radho, which is a rune, and this is a rune that is connected to travel. This could be talking about physically traveling. So you may have done a lot of traveling. You might be very worldly. That might be one of the reasons why people are drawn to you as well. You might have had a lot of life experience, but also from many different perspectives. You know, you might have had so many different shifts and changes in your life, or traveled to so many different places, been around so many different types of people. You can really identify and relate to a lot of people's stories. So the advice or the guidance or the support that you provide them is spot on. It's like you're speaking to their soul. Now, if you haven't physically traveled a lot or been part of different communities, you might have done a lot of inner reflection, right? You might have traveled into your own psyche, into your own heart and soul. That could have been through going to therapy. That could have been reading a lot of self-help books. It could be a lot of journaling. It could also be doing more spiritual work. You might have been going to see tarot card readers. You may have been trying to do, manifestation work or doing magic. You might have been doing a lot of meditation I almost said metaphysical for some reason. So you might actually be doing your own divination. So that might have been part of your journey. And it really helped you to have a deeper understanding of yourself. And as I was saying before, the interconnectedness of all things, and that everyone is at a different point of the same path. And the final card you got here is emotion, and this is featuring the cucumber on it. Cucumbers are green, which once again is associated with the heart chakra, unconditional love for ourselves and others. This also has a symbol for a smoldering Palo Santo stick here, and Palo Santo is used for cleansing. So you actually, I think, cleanse other people's energy fields. Now, you may or may not be aware that you're doing this. You're most likely an empath, and being around you will help people feel more clear-minded. They will feel less depressed. They will feel more love and positivity. Now, as a result of this, you actually might end up taking on some of the heavier energy from them. So it's really important that you have strong protective boundaries, that you're cleansing your own system and you're grounding. So you can do that through a bunch of different ways. You can go into meditation and you can imagine that there's a protective bubble of light around you. You can have salt baths to cleanse your own auric system. You can go and participate in outdoor activities or exercise to ground with Gaia to help you there. You could also carry or work with crystals, like this is black kyanite. This would be really, really beneficial to cleanse your energy and cut cords with people, because through that action of, basically cleansing somebody's energy field just through proximity, a cord is connected, because our energetic field radiates outside of our body up to 8 feet. And so you can be standing 16 feet away from somebody and your energetic field is still touching. And if they are in need of healing, they will, through no fault of their own, they have no idea they're even doing this, they're attaching an energetic cord to you, and they're sort of siphoning off positive energy because they are in a lower vibrational state. So their energy field is in need of balancing. They don't have enough positive energy to feel balanced, so they take it from you. And unfortunately, energetic cords can maintain that connection over far distances and over a long period of time. So you can not see someone for 20 years and they still have an energetic cord attached to you and they are still siphoning energy off of you. If you've ever had trouble getting over someone after a heartbreak, they come back and pop into your mind over and over and over and over again. It's a result of these cords. They can be severed. There's a lot of different ways that it can be done. You can do it through magical processes. You can do it through a practice of meditation. And a great way is to have an energy healing done. Reiki. I include cord cuttings in all of my Reiki sessions because I feel like it's integral that those kinds of steps are taken for an energetic healing to really be effective. So you want to maintain your own energy field if that's the case. You also have the symbol for the moon here, which is connected to the divine feminine and empathy, psychic abilities. So you might really like to be in the calm of night is what I want to say. You might really like to spend time on your own too, and night might feel really comforting to you because it's peaceful and you don't have that same energetic stimulation that you have taking place during the day. There's also the astrological symbol for Cancer on this card. You may be a Cancer, but once again, that connects back to empathy and the emotional body and a desire or need to have strong, firm boundaries. I feel like many of you do have strong, firm boundaries. And for those of you who haven't quite gotten to that stage yet, you're going to get there, no problem. And it is so weird. I just noticed this. There's literally a gem right here where the heart chakra would be on Mercury. That is so bizarre considering the theme of this reading. Oh my God. So there is the alchemical symbol for Earth here. You definitely are deeply connected to Gaia, Mother Earth. I feel like you can probably feel the energy all around you. You probably feel the energy of plants. You probably are able to sort of psychically gain information from your pets. Like I was saying before, you can pick up on when somebody isn't feeling well or they have an illness. That goes for your pets as well. I guarantee you probably can tell immediately if something is off with your pet, and you don't necessarily need anyone to like verify that. Like you are 100% confident. Others might not see what you're seeing and might actually gaslight you inadvertently. They just don't have the same sensitivity to energy. But this is also talking about a deep need for grounding. Definitely meditation is the best way of doing that, in my opinion, and you can ground your energy in a matter of like minutes. When I do my grounding exercises in the morning and at night, I do it for like 2-3 minutes and I'm good. You know, I do a lot of meditation throughout my day, but unless I'm in session work, I typically have my meditations last about 5 minutes, you know, and that's really all you need. It's that simple. Now, this card also has the number 4 on it, which is connected to foundations. So you have a solid foundation, or at least the abilities that I've been discussing that have been coming forward about you are connected to what you're going to be doing in the future, you know, like what your life purpose is. So let's see what some of your psychic abilities are. Pile number 1, like what? Oh my God, you just got Wheel of Light. That's incredible, because this is all about feeling the energy. It's talking about grounding. This is connected to Shakti energy and like a Kundalini awakening. Like you probably, many of you are probably connected to holistic healing. You might be practitioners of Reiki. You might meditate already. You might be really interested in yoga. But like, you might be connected to the energy of the earth and not necessarily have it connected to one of those like traditional spiritual practices. You might just like love to garden. You might also feel the energy when, you know, you're cooking, you know, through the act of working with ingredients. You might also just have a tendency to have moments in your life where you're feeling like you're connected to something bigger than you, which is also connected to this. Wow, that is really, really powerful. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so crazy. So then you just got sitting in the power. Like these 2 cards, look at them. They're like basically the same posture. You could literally start really amping up the manifestation in your life. If you started to sit down in meditation, and one of my favorite meditations, I'm being guided to tell you this, is to sit and imagine roots growing out of my root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. And I imagine them going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth until finally they sort of like root into the core of the earth, the center of the earth. And I start drawing up energy from the core of the earth into my body, into my auric field. Then I imagine roots growing out of the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, up into the cosmos. They root into the energy of the higher realms, and I draw down that energy. What I am doing is I am balancing my energy from the divine, all of the psychic information that I'm getting, and the earth, because we really have to find that balance. You have a natural aptitude for this. You might actually also be able to pick up symbols and synchronicities from nature. I'm really being guided to the cloud in this card, and then in this card, there's also 2 clouds. Very, very similar image. You might have the ability to sort of pick up on synchronicities through abstraction. It's like when you look at the clouds, something that looks abstract to others sort of comes together or morphs together to create some sort of impression for you that you can then translate into a message, right? Like, so you're looking at the cloud, oh my God, that cloud looks like a rabbit. Ah, rabbits are connected to abundance. They're talking about brand new opportunities coming into my life at a rapid pace, because rabbits are very, very fast and rabbits have a lot of babies. So that's, I feel like you even may not have studied any of this stuff, but you just instinctually know. It's most likely from past life energy. What else? Oh my God, this is crazy. You just got the calling cards from heaven card. And this is literally talking about synchronicities coming from nature. Oh my God. So you might find feathers everywhere. You might notice, like, feathers are a symbol that angels, guardian angels are around you. Your ancestors are reaching out to you. There's a ladybug here. Ladybugs are a symbol of opportunities and abundance rapidly coming into your life. There's a butterfly here. Butterflies are talking about transformation, the ending of one cycle, the beginning of another. And then the dragonfly is talking about being able to see past the veil, to be able to connect with the higher realms, to be able to see the magic all around us, as well as being able to be very adaptable, because dragonflies are able to quickly and swiftly change their direction, right? Like if you've ever watched a dragonfly fly, they can easily zip to the left, to the right, up, down, and their movements are unlike any other insect. Holy, that is so incredible. So let's see what else makes you guys a rare gem. Pile number 1. Oh my God. This is insane. If you guys haven't ever had a Reiki session done, you definitely need to try it. I think it will literally change your world. It was the most transformative thing that I did at the beginning of my journey. The reason I say that is you just got the Get Grounded card, and look at this image again. There's that same figure posture, in the lotus posture, sitting with glowing chakras, and this card literally says, get grounded. Like, this is blowing my mind. And there are roots growing out of her root chakra. And like, it says, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. This is literally exactly what I'm talking about. Throughout this whole reading, this is what I've been talking about. You are deeply connected with your higher self. If you're not aware of that yet, you're an old soul. You have lived many lives. There is Buddha sort of hidden amongst these tree trunks, and you really know how to get into the stillness of your own energy, to be able to calm everything down, to disconnect from the worrying thoughts, to be present in this moment. And that might not be your energy all the time. That's not anyone's energy all the time. It's a practice. We have to keep trying, right? Like, that's what practice means. You just keep working at it. And there will be times when you feel like you're losing it. But there are other times, like when you're watching your kids play and you're just in that moment, or you are sitting in the stillness of nature and you're just like watching the stream go by, where you're just you're at peace and everything is in balance. And it's in moments like that where you can really get strong intuitive insight that's going to help not only you to blossom, but possibly others as well. Because I keep getting that energy where you're able to help others, right? You're able to give them the right wisdom or guidance, and you're able to just provide to them what they need in that moment. It's just a matter of you making sure that you are protected. You probably are a natural healer. You're probably a person that naturally wants to provide for others, especially if they are in a dark place. And we have to recognize that just because we can doesn't mean we have to, right? Like, you also need to be healed. You also need to be cared for. So you got the Warrior Woman card. Have you answered your deepest calling? Wow, you have, and this card, the turquoise card, literally has strength on it. You are a very powerful, strong person. You really could guide people. You could lead people towards a new beginning. This could be you really being involved in like some sort of social justice or some sort of cause where you're leading people. This could be you having your own practice where you are being a guide to others, and that could be in any realm. Like, it could definitely be in health and wellness or medicine, but it could be, you know, helping people to expand their horizons, to, you know, like you could be taking people on pilgrimages, you know, like organizing trips to sacred sites. Like, it could literally be almost anything. You need to lean into what your heart is telling you to do, because this card is indicating that there is something that you're supposed to be leaning into that is going to shift the energy for the collective, is what I'm getting, that you haven't quite had courage enough to do yet. So let's get some guidance for you guys. What would you like pile number 1 to know about this calling? Oh my God. Unreal, unreal, unreal. Oh, I almost lost it. Okay. So the first card you got is meditation. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. The overwhelming message in this reading is that you have to meditate. And like I was saying, you don't have to do it for long periods of time. You can lie in the bath and just have soothing meditative music playing. You can put on sleep affirmations. That can be a meditation. You can just stop and just breathe. That can be so soothing and helpful. Like, it really, really, really can make a huge difference, because you are preparing. At this stage of the game, it really feels like you are being asked to prepare for some major shift in your life where you're going to be charging forward as a leader, as a warrior. And I went through this same transition. And it was kind of frustrating for me, because I was like, I want to move forward. I want to do this. I want to do that. And the energy around me was asking me to slow down. And I am so grateful that I did that, because when things started to speed up, if I hadn't done that self-care, I would have been totally burnt out and I wouldn't have been as effective. So I really, really highly recommend that you heed this call, because like, it really couldn't, like, meditation on this card, meditation on this card, meditation on this card, meditation. Like, it's overwhelming message that's coming forward for you. Then you got the card Magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. Absolutely. If there is any doubt in your mind about whether you can achieve your goals, I want you to put that to rest, because you are really gifted. Like, your energy is so powerful. You have honed psychic gifts. You have honed empathy. You have like been able to come to a place where you are in balance with the universe, where you're accepting that there's an ebb and flow to the energy around us, that sometimes things work in our favor, sometimes they don't. Sometimes we are charging forward, sometimes we are moving backwards, but all of it is for our highest good. So never think that you are not worthy of the, achievements or the opportunities that are coming to you, because you have to be a vibrational match to them. If you weren't worthy of them, they wouldn't even be offered to you. If you weren't prepared, they wouldn't be presented to you. You know, everything is happening for you for a reason. There is a master plan. So let me get some final advice. What is some final advice you would like to offer pile number 1? Okay. All right, so the first card you got is the festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. This is talking about that vibrational alignment. It's talking about you planning and manifesting the life that you want by focusing your energy and thoughts on creating the outcome that you want and keeping it as high vibrational as possible. We all go through horrible things, right? Positive people don't necessarily have everything coming to them like, you know, easily and, you know, effortlessly. They go through horrible things. They just find a way to move past it and see it from a higher perspective. And they recognize that if they can keep their sights on keeping the glass half full, they will be able to overcome the hardships and pain in a way that reduces suffering, because we can't avoid pain, but we can avoid suffering. Then you got the card Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. This is crazy. Like my readings lately have been like synchronicity after synchronicity after synchronicity. Like I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling like I don't need the cards. Like I have to laugh because I do this every single day, but like lately it's been like a major upgrade for me. So, as I was just saying, you are able to manifest the life that you want. And the Philosopher's Stone is really talking about bringing everything into balance, being able to like ground the celestial energies, the psychic information into the physical. So you get the idea. You decide whether you want to take action on it based on, is this going to bring me joy? That should be the benchmark, not what other people think. Will this bring me joy? If the answer is yes, okay, what's the first step I need to take towards it? You're not going to know all the steps. You never know all the steps. That is the lesson of the Fool in tarot. You have to have faith. You know, they're only going to illuminate 2 or 3 steps forward for you, unfortunately, and you have to have faith and you just have to walk forward. So you start to walk forward, that builds momentum, and you will start to see small things start to come into your life, positive manifestations, just like it's like seeing the first shoots of spring come through, you know, the crust of the earth, right? Those first signs that the plant life is growing again. And it just gives you more courage to keep going. And then eventually everything has shifted. Everything has changed. You have manifested all of your heart's desires. You've harnessed that energy. And then you got the card Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. You have to just keep your sight on your goal and recognize that sometimes things aren't going to work out the way we want them to, but ultimately it's because the universe is trying to line you up with an opportunity that is even more abundant. So if it doesn't manifest the way that you want it to, just keep telling yourself, the universe has something better in store for me, and I just have to keep going, because the only way that you can really block your manifestation from taking place is by inaction or focusing too heavily on the negative, right? Bad things happen, they do. like, honestly, this reading, this is the third time I've tried to do this reading tonight. My camera just kept shutting off, shutting off, shutting off. I'd get 20 minutes into the reading and I'd realize that the camera had shut off or the audio wasn't on it. And I just had to keep going. So that is your reading pile number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information is there. I do tarot card readings, recorded or live. I do spiritual coaching. And of course, I also do Reiki, energy healing, and crystal healing. And of course, if you want to participate in the contest that I mentioned, please subscribe to the channel, comment below. If you would like to share and like this video, that would be a huge help, and it would also benefit the energy exchange, which is always a nice thing. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2, welcome back. So you picked the citrine. And I wanted to mention I'm running a contest this month to win a free mini reading with me. If you would like to participate, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And on the first of the month, I will be announcing a winner on my community tab. So let's find out what makes you guys a rare gem. So first off, your first card is Tanzanite, and this card says it's connected to meditation, visualization, and awareness. It's connected to the throat chakra, the astrological signs of Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. So you may have one or more of those signs in a prominent placement within your chart. And the affirmation is, I am part of and connected to universal wisdom. Tanzanite carries the vibration of ancient wisdom and spiritual knowledge. It aids in visualization and is powerful for meditations and connecting to other realms. It connects the throat and third eye, allowing for expressive vision work. And it's also connected with the flower scorpion weed, which is a symbol of expression, strength, and determination. This is crazy that this is the very first card that came out, because the second card that you got is the Morgan, the goddess, Celtic goddess of death and magic. That is nuts, because there is so much going on that is parallel within these two cards. The Morgan is, in Celtic tradition, is connected to the triple goddess, the maiden mother crone. There's many stories of her being very benevolent, and there are many stories of her being very terrifying. She has a very balanced energy. She has a lot of power and strength. She really leans into what we would classically consider, at least in society today, as being more masculine characteristics, being like powerful and strong and, you know, seeking vengeance, but also seeking opportunities to reward and give wisdom. She is connected with psychic visions, some being very positive, some being very scary, but all in an attempt for us to have a deeper knowledge of our own inner darkness, you know, the shadow realms, our own egoic nature, the things that we keep hidden. Now, she also is connected to the spirit realm and mediumship, psychopomp, which is a process of helping a soul cross over to the other side. She has 2 ravens or crows with her, which are also deeply rooted in the mythology of magic. Odin from Norse mythology had 2 ravens with him at all times. And it's so crazy because this Tanzanite is also talking about visualization and ancient wisdom. being able to connect with other realms, and that is directly connected with the Morgan. These two cards work beautifully together. That is lovely. And actually, this particular card, it is number 38. And number 38 would then reduce down to master number 11, which is talking about being in alignment with your soul's purpose, and having ancient wisdom, right? Which is exactly what this card is talking about. That is nuts. Okay, let's see. Then you have the Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Now, that is also going back to what these cards are talking about, your fears and desires, really being able to face your shadow and really ask yourself deep questions like, am I desiring these goals or achievements because they are what's going to fill my cup and make me feel whole? Or is it for the approval of others? Is it to impress somebody? Am I doing things for the right reason or the wrong reason? And the Hunter, for me, really connects back to the horned god, which is also the divine masculine in Celtic tradition. So there is strong energy here where you're very balanced. You are balanced with your divine feminine, allowing your divine feminine to be soft and nurturing, but also be powerful and intimidating when necessary. And your divine masculine energy coming forward as somebody who is going to be able to point the way forward, to be able to be strong. But this particular divine masculine is almost a little effeminate. Like, it's interesting because the Morgan has so much power and masculine strength, whereas this Hunter has a sort of feminine air to him, an energy, which I love because it's talking about how you are able to let the softer side of the divine masculine flow through you as well, which at this point in time, especially in the Western society, but globally, the divine feminine is only allowed to present one way, and the divine masculine is only allowed to present one way. And it's causing chaos. It's literally causing chaos around the world. And it looks like you have done some very serious shadow work to be able to find that balance. Oh my God. The next card that you got is ENVIOUS. This is a rune. And this card is talking about growth, but balance. Look at these two individuals. This is almost a visual representation of yin yang, which is also talking about divine masculine, divine feminine, which is not like how you identify. It's all about energies. And this couple in this embrace is really a true depiction of each bringing something different to the table. It's a visual representation of that. And that deeper understanding of self, understanding both sides of our own nature, allows us to blossom and grow and heal. Oh my God, you got the healing card. And it also features geranium. There is a spell jar or a potion here, which is amazing. Also deeply connected back to the Morgan. There's the alchemical symbol for air, which is talking about getting messages from spirit. It's thought. It is the words we speak, which can be an incantation. That's a magical practice. Speaking what we want into existence. Thinking about what we want and allowing that to grow. It can also be talking about getting messages from spirit, those like guiding insights that help us to walk our path, which is so amazing And then there is the astrological sign for Aries, which is about taking action. This is card number 37, which reduces down to 10. And 10 is talking about being in alignment with our higher self and also being able to gain knowledge from the past, because we are understanding that we are infinite beings that never die, and we are pulling gifts from our past life into this life, which also goes back to this Tanzanite. This is crazy. Oh my God, you guys are really powerful beings. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you identified as being witches or pagan, or you're leaning into those energies, or you're starting to be interested in them. You might be starting off with just being really interested in Celtic culture. That's strongly coming forward here. With these two particular deities coming forward, you might have Celtic, or like, you know, when I say Celtic, I'm talking about predominantly Ireland, but it also would include Scotland and parts of England, so like the UK. That might strongly be coming forward for you. Then ENVIOUS is a rune, so there could be some connection for you with Norse mythology, even if that has nothing to do with your heritage. I believe that we're all infinite beings, right? We reincarnate lifetime over lifetime over lifetime. It doesn't really matter who you are in this life. You've been part of every culture and every place in the world at some point. So if you are interested in Celtic tradition, lean into it and look into it. And I feel like I can say that because that is my heritage. My family emigrated from Ireland. So, as well as my family is connected to Norse tradition, because I have family that came from that part of the world as well. So I feel like if you're interested in it, lean into it, learn about it. There's no harm in that at all. This is really, really powerful. I do feel like you are probably strongly connected with plants. You might have a real green thumb. I'm getting there's like this sense of sort of mystery and danger around you. Like, I feel like people are really drawn to you, but they're also like really intimidated by you. But when people get to know you, they see like your soft side, you know, like this geranium is in such contrast to the Morgan, you know, you have that duality. I mean, even here within this card, you've got this beautiful woman who has this like dark skin, and then the woman that she's embracing has pink hair, right? With like, this is like the geranium, and then the Morgan. It's like you are completely in balance with both sides of your nature, and you allow people into your world, and they start to see beyond maybe like their first impression. And their first impression might be that you are tough, or they might think that you are mean in some way. That you think that you're better than people, but I feel like the energy is really that you have strong boundaries, you know, and those that are insecure are going to feel like that is a character flaw in you, right? Because they have no boundaries. I see that as beautiful strength, and, you know, I encourage you to continue to lean into that. So let's see, get some more information about your spiritual gifts and your psychic abilities. What can you tell me about pile number 2's spiritual gifts? Oh my God. You just got Master of Mediumship. You are mediums, and you probably have really pronounced gifts that you've had your entire life. Like I was saying before, like this is talking about being a pioneer in mediumship. You might be interested in even revamping old techniques for mediumship. There are so many different ways that we can connect with spirit. Some of them are widely publicized. You know, there's various famous mediums that you know, are able to channel messages and they just instantly have visualizations or communications with a past loved one and they pass on that information. There's so, like Long Island Medium to name one, but like, you know, Sylvia Brown, there's so many of them. But there's so many other techniques beyond that that have been created and honed by many different cultures all over the world. The energy I'm getting is that you might be able to do some of those. It could be divination. It might not just be mediumship, but you're able to open up a doorway for people so that they can see that there is more than just their own reality, their own physical life. You're able to bring magic into their lives, right? And, you know, you might have felt kind of isolated for a while, and I feel like you've started to find your community, or at least people are like starting to see you as the powerful being that you are, this rare gem where you're really able to help them see something that they've maybe never had access to. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay, what else? All right, let's see. You've got impression versus expression. So let's see. There are multiple ways that we receive information from spirit. As if this card just came out. That is so wild. So like I was saying, I feel like there are different ways that you're going to be able to communicate spiritual messages to people, and you might be able to use various divination techniques that are not widely publicized, that people are not using often when it comes to delivering messages. You might be able to deliver messages by looking at smoke, doing smoke readings, or looking at clouds, or looking at leaves and reading the patterns in the leaves. Honestly, anything can be a message. It's all about your impression of that experience and how you express that. That's what it comes down to. It's really all about your interpretation of what you were seeing. You have to allow your mind to just flow. And you're obviously doing that. You also got nature's healing powers. So you are connected to nature 100%. You probably are getting strong psychic messages through nature. You might have very unusual, unique experiences that happen with animals, but I have equally had very unusual experiences, spiritual experiences happen with plants where all of a sudden a particular plant really stands out to me, it really steps forward, and then when I look into what the plant is, the spiritual message or meaning, traditional meaning behind that plant is like the answer to some problem that I'm having, or it's connected to a particular deity or spiritual energy that I have been working with, and it will like blow my mind. Like you likely have that kind of experience as well. And I'm also gathering that you are strongly connected to the moon for sure, which is so cool. You probably do ritual work with the phases of the moon, you know, like releasing during the full moon and starting to manifest on the new moon. You might be doing much more than that. You might be following actually a pagan calendar and celebrating various, like holidays. You know, it depends on what your practice is, and it depends on where you are in the world. There's all kinds of different pagan practices. When I say pagan, what I am saying is religions that are rooted in the earth that existed before Christianity. That is what I'm talking about. Okay, what else can you tell me? What makes pile number 2 a rare gem? Okay, what did you get here? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. You guys are my sisters. You are definitely connected to the magical realms. You're likely psychics. You could be Reiki healers. You are interested in the metaphysical for sure. You are working with deity energies, or at least you are very interested in them. And I feel like many of you are studying the mystery schools. You're studying the mystery schools. You're going back and you're reading the literature that was written, I believe, even like I'm getting the strong sense that it's like at the turn of the century. You're going back and you're reading about Kabbalah and you're reading about manifestation, and you're going back and you're trying to gather as much knowledge as you possibly can. I feel like you're being drawn to various cultures, and it's because it's speaking to your soul. You are an old soul. You've been part of these cultures. You've been priestesses, mystics, and teachers in past lives, and you're now embodying that energy in this life. For some of you, I'm strongly getting that you do divination with crystals. Like, you do crystal viewing, where you like hold up a crystal and you look at it through the light and you see if there is anything that's standing out for you. Is there any shape in the crystal that reminds you of something? And then you deliver that message. What I just saw is a dragon head. And this dragons are a symbol of magic. They are connected to our ancestral lineage. They are also a symbol of abundance and good luck. So that definitely connects with this message that's been coming forward for you. You're very lucky. I think that you really are able, you've like honed your craft 100%. You've really, really honed your craft. Okay, so what else can you tell me? What makes pile number 2 a rare gem? What makes pile number 2 a rare gem? Okay, so the 2 cards you just got are love and happiness. Now, the interesting thing about this particular card is this goddess is standing in front of a full moon. She has a crescent moon on her forehead. The Morgan has a crescent moon on her forehead, and she is holding a crystal up to her throat chakra, which is directly connected back to the energies that were coming out with Tanzanite. You speak from a place of love. Now, you might be delivering messages to people that are, you know, the cold, hard truth. You say it in a loving way, but you tell them what they maybe have been trying to avoid. You help them to grow into a place of personal empowerment and self-love, and to bring about more happiness into their life. Now, you, I think, really lead from a place of joy. You see the wonder all around you. I definitely get the energy that you see the magic that's happening, right? This particular card is showing this woman swirling. She's like spinning in a circle. There's energy sort of swirling around her, and there are butterflies and birds all flying around her. And the butterfly is a symbol of transformation, and birds are a symbol of seeing things from a higher perspective. You have, like I said, you walked through the darkness. You now understand why that stuff happened to you. You have moved beyond it. You've grown. And if you're not already there, you will be. This is your energy. This is what is going to definitely come forward for you. It's going to transform your whole life when you get into this energy if you're not already there. This is your power. This is your reason for being. This is deeply connected to your soul's purpose, why you're here, what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. You are going to be helping others to walk through the darkness, face their own shadow, so then they can come into a place of happiness and alignment with love. You, I would definitely classify as a shadow worker. Shadow workers are people that help others to face their own darkness, right? It's valuable work. I do it. This is what I'm doing right now. You know, you can do shadow work and still be filled with joy and positivity. You can still deliver high vibrational messages that are truthful, right? That help people to really like face their reality, be honest with themselves so that they can, what I want to say is transmute all of the pain and suffering out of their lives. All right, let's find out. I want to make sure I have the deck upright. What else makes you guys such a rare gem, pile number 2? What makes pile number 2 a rare gem? Ooh. Okay. All right, you got stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Yes, I definitely get the energy that you are very happy being on your own and in your own energy. I don't think that you're a person that has any reservations about living alone or not being in a relationship, or, you know, like just spending an entire weekend or more, could be very extended periods of time, on your own, indulging in your craft and the things that bring you joy, because you know you're never alone. Your guides are always with you. And in some cases, you might have very pronounced spiritual gifts, so you have spirit energies around you at all times. So, you know, sometimes it's too much noise, right, when there's other people as well, right? Like, things get busy enough with just the dead around. So you also got the card Courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination, which is the energy of this Hunter card. You're very courageous. I think that it's taken you a lot of power and courage, strength, to be able to face your own darkness, to face your own gifts, because the energy I get is that you really are, like, many of you have spiritual gifts where you are seeing things that potentially are frightening. Not all of you, but some of you. And that takes a lot of courage to be able to face that. You got wisdom. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. Yes. Like I was saying before, you are able to look at your own shadow, reframe the things that people have done to you, and look at it through a new lens. Like, what did I learn from this? Yes, it was painful. It was horribly painful. But I'm going to choose not to suffer. I'm going to choose to release this energy, release this person, forgive them. I'm not saying that it was okay what they did. It's just, I'm not going to hold space for that anymore. I'm not going to allow that to hold space in my heart and feel anger and hurt about it anymore, because I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to tell myself that I'm a beautiful being, that I am accomplished, I am successful, I am talented, I am going to conquer the world. I'm going to bring all of my gifts. I'm going to shower people with love from an authentic place, and I'm going to make real change in my life, and that's going to have a ripple effect throughout the world. I don't have time to hold this anger anymore, because I have big changes to make, and I'm going to dive into that. I'm going to seek that. And through that, I'm going to magnetize people that have the same vision as me towards me. You got the card Magnificent. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique. But most importantly, you are enough. Absolutely. You are more than enough. You are so skilled. You are so talented. You have so much to give, especially if you are in your divine feminine and that is something that you want to help heal in the world, because it desperately needs healing. The divine feminine, no matter how you identify, the divine feminine aspects in, like, especially cisgendered men really needs healing. And the divine feminine in everyone else also needs to be released from the prison so that it can be presented in a way that is unique and authentic to each individual. And you are doing some of that work, you know, by just being in this power. Even if you never come out and say, hey, this is what I think, and you're never doing any kind of like work in the public eye, just you standing in your own power is doing that work, and you are magnificent. And you have meditation. Take a moment to connect to source through quiet, reflective meditation. So for those of you who haven't already stepped into like the full power of all of your gifts yet, and you're still trying to get a grasp on like what the F is going on, the first step is meditation. This is the first step. And you don't have to get really intense about it. You don't have to like sit in meditation for hours and be in lotus posture. You can walk around your neighborhood and just listen to nature and pay attention to what's going on around you. You can spend an evening in quiet like meditation by looking and connecting with your crystals. You know, meditation is the process of disconnecting from all the worrying thoughts and all the chatter and just focusing on what our body feels like and trying to tune into the messages that are coming through our intuition. A key is if a message comes through and it is hateful or hurtful in any way, whether it is something that's critical of someone else or critical of the self, that is not coming from your guides. Your guides love you more than anyone, as well as all of your ancestors. They are high vibrational beings. They will never say anything negative to you. If it's a negative thought, it is either coming from a lower vibrational energy, you can dismiss it, or it's your own ingrained pain. It's your ego, it's our self-limiting beliefs, and once again, dismiss it, because it only serves to keep you in a prison, right? So just disconnect from that. Only listen to the high vibrational messages, because those are the only messages that will come through from your guides. They might be tough with you. They might be like, my guides will like tell me like it is, but they always tell me what I need to hear in a supportive way. It's never critical. It's never hateful. It's never going to cut me down, ever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. You guys are truly magnificent. If anyone is interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information and services are available there. I do tarot recorded sessions and live sessions. I do spiritual coaching where I can talk to you about any of these kind of magical, subjects. And I also do Reiki as well as past life readings, which have been very, very fascinating. And if you guys want to participate in the contest, just subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And you could like and share this video, and that would really help with the energy exchange, which would be amazing. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. So you picked the strawberry calcite. And I just want to mention before we get into the cards that I'm running a contest this month for a free mini reading with me. If you would like to participate, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And on the 1st, I will be announcing the winner on my community tab. So let's get into these cards and find out what makes you a rare gem. So the first card that you got is Amazonite, and it's connected to hope, faith, expression, and inspiration. Amazonite is connected to the heart chakra and the astrological sign for Virgo. So you might have Virgo in your chart in a prominent place. The affirmation is, I am in tune with my surroundings through intuition. And Amazonite is a stone of hope and helps filter information through intuition. While soothing the emotional body, it aids in clearing energy blocks and opening one's subconscious to the higher realms. It is also connected to cornflower, which is a symbol for hope, devotion, unity, and love. So you're very connected to your intuition. You might very well have psychic abilities that are pronounced to you. You might just be having that energy start to build for you now. I just heard students. So you might be starting to have more mystical and spiritual experiences happen in your life. You are definitely getting information or downloads, as I would refer to them, from the higher realms. You're following your heart, you're letting your gut lead you, and it's working out in your favor. That is all information that's coming from your spirit guides, your ancestors, your angels, whoever you decide to refer to those energies, even your higher self, which is the version of you that is on the other side, that is the embodiment of all of your experience, the totality of everything that you are, knows everything that you've experienced in past lives, knows all of your gifts, knows what you're here to do now, even knows what you're going to be doing in future lives. And you are able to tap into that information to help you make decisions so that you follow a path of abundance that leads you to experiences that are joyful and help you to express yourself in an authentic way. I definitely get the energy from you that you are very creative. Yeah, it says here expression and inspiration. The energy that I'm feeling is one of an artist. So you might be expressing yourself in various ways. Like you may be a painter, you may be writing a book, you might be a singer, a musician, a dancer, you might be really in love with cooking or baking or upcycling furniture or, remaking old, what I'm getting right now is somebody who is working on old cars, but then I also saw an old doll. So you might be interested in doing restoration work, right? There's various ways that people restore various items. You might be interested in that. But regardless, you're a very creative person, and whatever your niche is, it's a rare talent. So not everybody is into it. Not only that, not everyone can do what you're doing. You might be actually interested in art forms that have kind of fallen out of favor. Like the other day I was watching this TikTok. It was talking about this really rare form of weaving cotton fabric that had basically like just fallen out of production for, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how long, but since, colonial times. And people are starting to retrain themselves based on just manuscripts of like people describing how it was done. They're retraining themselves to do this, which is incredible. They're reigniting interest in old art forms. You might be one of those people doing something that is like very rare and unique, which I love. You got the card Ma'at, truth. And Ma'at is an Egyptian goddess connected with the weighing of souls at the end of their life to balance out whether they are going to have to like go back to earth and relearn lessons or whether they will cross over to the other side. This is an energy deeply connected to karma and karmic balancing. And the energy I get from this is that you are a very loving, heart-centered person. And one of the things that is rare and beautiful about you is that you have mastery over certain lessons. And I believe that you've actually come back into this life and you are learning hard lessons for your entire family. Sometimes when we have negative karma in a family, it can be perpetuated, like the same bad decisions are made generation upon generation upon generation. So it makes it really difficult to sort of break the pattern. It can feel almost like a curse on the family. And in situations like that, various high-level beings, advanced souls like yourself, come back into a family line and take on heavy burdens to sort of break the pattern. So you might have been very interested in personal development. Your creative endeavor actually might have been a way of you channeling some of the pain and dealing with some of the things that have really hurt you in the past. You might have actually been using your art form to sort of illustrate your experience and the whole family's experience or your community. I mean, it doesn't have to just be on a family, on a personal level. I mean, you could be talking about your family, you could be talking about your personal experience, but you could also be talking about your community. You could be talking about, your political beliefs. I mean, it could be a bunch of different things, but I definitely feel like it's based on your own pain, whatever way that resonates for you, and you're channeling it into your art form. And you got trader, exchange energy to create abundance. So whatever you're doing creatively, you definitely would like this to be your career. You would like to be able to make money and sustain your livelihood based on your creative endeavor. And the energy I get from this is you absolutely can. So if it hasn't already manifested into something that can sustain you full time, I promise you that if you keep going, it will work out for you 100%. And it looks like it's going to actually draw other people towards you that are going to really be big supporters of you, fans even. Like this could be people that are either, if it's a product that you're making, there are avid collectors of your product, or if you are creating something online, like you have a social media presence or something, they are following you and they are really interested in, your take on things. And they're going to support you and help you to build this into a business or something that can actually, sustain you so that you don't have to have a side hustle. And you've got Berkana, which is a rune. This rune is associated with balance. It's associated with setting up house. It's associated with organization and growth. And it's also associated with our family. So very interesting, because I was mentioning before about Ma'at and the energy I was getting about the karma. So once again, it feels like you are organizing the family. You are growing and learning from your experiences within your family or within your community. and you are using that experience to help yourself grow. And then you are also sort of organizing the energy, right? You're helping to sort of clear the energy so that things can work more seamlessly. So that could be you are going to therapy and you're going to parent your children in a different way than your parents parented you. It could be you creating a work of art that really speaks to your community and it helps others outside of your community really see you, understand you. Same goes for like a social media presence. You could be really talking about issues that are very deeply personal to you, but they're helping other people to feel seen, or they're helping other people to understand you. You know, it's amazing. And you got clarity. Amazing. So this card is deeply connected to intuition with the psychic third eye symbol here. And carrots are also, beta carotene helps us to see more clearly. There is the alchemical symbol for earth here as well. So you are deeply rooted into your earthly experience. Whatever you are doing it it's not just ideas. You're actually doing this in the physical. Like if you're a musician, you are actively pursuing that dream. You are playing that instrument, practicing every single day. You're doing it. And there is the astrological sign for Virgo on this as well. So I would be like hazard a guess that you probably have a lot of Virgo in your chart, or you might just have a lot of earth in your chart. Now, this is also the card number 1, which is talking about being in alignment with your higher self, being in alignment with like what your soul is calling you to do. Oh my God. And this trader has his hand over his heart chakra. And then look, Ma'at also has her hand over her heart chakra. You guys are definitely following your heart, and you're doing it in a balanced way. Like you've got these two figures, one female, one male. We all have divine feminine and divine masculine energy within us. And this is telling me that you are balancing out those energies. So if you have been more leaning into your divine feminine for most of your life, you're making peace with your divine masculine, right? So if you've been more empathetic and you've been more mothering and nurturing to others, and possibly even to your detriment, where you gave and gave and gave and gave to them until, you know, you had nothing left, or you allowed people into your life that maybe had like sinister motives. You know, maybe sinister is too extreme a word, but like basically they wanted to take something from you. You now are able to sort of feel that out in their energy and keep them at a distance or have strong boundaries. And you're also able to take action on your dreams or be assertive, which is more associated with the divine masculine. And that could be vice versa, right? You could be more in your divine masculine energy and you're reconnecting with your divine feminine energy. This is beautiful. The energy that I get from this is that you're like a wild flower, or you're like a tropical bird. There's something very unique about you, something very exotic, and that could be the way that you present yourself, right? Like you might like to take you know, you might have a stage persona, right? Which is very exotic and very unique and very otherworldly is what I want to say. Like, it's like you are creating a new way of presenting yourself in fashion where it might be very over the top. You might just like to dress like that every single day. Like, there are incredible people on social media putting together the most insanely gorgeous outfits, but they're out there, right? I like that. I'm a more is more kind of person. I like people to be like the full expression of who they are in their heart. The weirder, the better. Like, there isn't really anything that's too weird for me as long as you aren't hurting anybody. I say let your freak flag fly. Just go for it, right? Because it makes the world a more interesting place. And when people are following their dreams and their passions and they are really being their authentic selves, they are able to step into their divine purpose. And we all have a role to play. Not everyone is going to want to do the same things, and we will have more balance. We will have more harmony. We will have more love. It's the fact that people aren't allowed to be who they really are that's causing all this conflict. So I feel like you are embracing who you really are. So let's get some more cards about what your psychic gifts are. Whoop, that one wanted to come out. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's start with these. You got be of service. You are definitely able to feel other people's energy. You, I think, probably have always been able to feel this, but you second guessed yourself. Probably because other people were sort of causing you to question your sense of reality, gaslighting, and you did have a strong desire to sort of try and help pull people up out of the mud is what I want to say. And I think that you're finally doing that in a way that isn't hurting you. You also got spirit communication process. Oh my God. So this is talking about getting messages from the divine and your higher self, right? Like those moments of inspiration where you're like, I have to write this song down right now, or I have to paint this right now, or I've got to get this sketch down because I don't want to lose this design idea. And it definitely feels like you are writing or sketching or drawing. There's something to do with your hands, right? Because you've got psychic journaling. So you, like I was saying, you might be a writer, a poet, a songwriter. You could be a illustrator. You could be creating paintings, visual works. You could be a fashion sketcher. Like you could be doing fashion illustration. You could be doing anything, but there's definitely something to do with your hands and most likely something to do with a pen or even a stylus. I mean, this could all be done digitally. This could all be done on the computer. You just keep, like, that's incredible. Like, these are the building blocks, what you need to be a huge star is what I want to say. What else do you have here? You have mind focus. Let's see. This is talking about concentration and focus. You're able to really tune everything else out. You're definitely artists of some capacity. You are able to tune out the rest of the world, all the worrying thoughts, all of the self-critical thoughts, all of the opinions of others, and just go into your zone and just lose yourself in your art, which is incredible. Keep doing that because I feel like you have a strong message to share. They want me to get one more. What other? Okay. Yes, thought power. Oh my God. This is talking about being able to psychically connect with others. Like it's like telepathy kind of energy. Now, you may or may not be able to like mentally connect with another person. Most likely if you're experiencing episodes of telepathy, it is with somebody that you're really close with, like your children or your, love partner or your closest friends or family. But you might actually be able to read people's thoughts, like their motivations, where you kind of, in the past, kind of knew when someone was not good for, say, a friend. Like a friend is dating someone and you're like, I get a bad vibe about this, but they hadn't actually actively done anything. You can just feel it. It has to do with you feeling their energy, but also being able to read their thoughts. This is probably very pronounced when it came to love relationships. You might have had experiences with people in the past where they were doing devious things, cheating, lying, stealing, that kind of stuff. And you knew, but you didn't have any proof. it's because you have this psychic power, which is amazing. And especially now that you are actively in your power and you are not going to be able to be manipulated by these people any longer, which is incredible. So what makes pile number 3 a rare gem? What makes whoa. Okay, let's see here. You got birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Yes, that's what I was talking about. You guys have some sort of vision for the future that you want to share. It's real visionary energy. It could be that you have a vision that you're creatively sharing, but this could actually be a really strong like business model, possibly something that you're sharing with others. You definitely had a crumbling. This is like the Tower card in this particular deck. It says the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? And I feel like it was your old identity. You let go of wanting to meet other people's expectations or allowing others to define you, and you stepped out of your comfort zone and you decided to just like dive into your creative endeavors and allow it to blossom and grow. And you decided that, you know, maybe it will fail, and that's okay. It's a risk I'm willing to take because I can't stop my heart from calling me towards this. And you found a way to protect yourself. You got the protection card, call back your power, cut cords, soul retrieval. So you healed wounds. You called back your power from others by setting up firm boundaries, by saying no more. I'm only going to do something if it feels right to me. I know I'm a loving person. I know I'm a caring person. I know I give a lot. And I'm not going to let somebody else manipulate me by trying to convince me that I'm not any of those things when I know that I am. The other thing that I'm getting here is that you might have had a spiritual awakening where you started to gain access to your gifts and have a deeper understanding of who you are, basically like connecting with your Akashic records, because you got the Akasha card and it says your guidance is divinely guided. So you might have started to have sort of deja vu moments or reconnect with your past lives. That could come through in dreams. It could just be coming through in interest, right? Like, so if you are an artist, I'll use this singer-songwriter example again. If you are a musician or a songwriter or a singer, you might have started to be guided towards music from cultures that are sort of removed from you, and you started to find inspiration. You might have wanted to travel to these places, right? Like with this trader card, and you might have started to work with other people from various backgrounds, and it might not even be a cultural difference. It might be, you know, a methodology difference, or, you know, a musical difference, you know, like they come from a different type of musical background. And you're combining your knowledge together to create something brand new, deliver this brand new message. Because I definitely get the energy that you are either actively working with other people right now to deliver this, you know, new age, or you're wanting to. And if this doesn't resonate with you yet, this is who you are on a soul level. This is where you're going. So if, you know, the idea of living your dream and connecting with your art and being able to connect with other people to sort of like shift the tides and make this world a better place, or, you know, deliver, you know, your sense of beauty to the world, sounds good to you, that can be yours. That's part, there's a reason why you want it. If you were not meant for this role, you wouldn't want those things. It's just a matter of having confidence and taking active steps towards it, right? We oftentimes only know about 2 or 3 steps forward, and we have to have confidence to be able to move forward towards those dreams, even if we don't know exactly how we're going to get there or how it's going to turn out. We have to have faith and just listen to your heart. You'll know whether you're making the right decision, because does your heart feel full? Does it feel like it's the right decision? Or is there sort of a sinking feeling? I often get that feeling like inside my own body. I have clairsentience, so I am literally feeling things inside my own body. So that's how it manifests for me. But the more you get in tune with how your psychic abilities come through to you, the more you'll, be able to tell when there is a firm yes and a firm no. So what is making, or why is pile number 3 a rare gem? Oh my God. Wow. Okay, let me just pick these up. Okay, so you just got this spirit guide card. So your spirit guides are constantly guiding you forward. They're constantly asking you to find balance and unification between both sides of who you are. The part of you that's divine masculine, the part of you that's divine feminine, the part of you that's in the spiritual, the part of you that's in the physical, right? There's a mirror image here of the same person. The higher self and the person you are here, embodied. And you also got career and willpower. This is exactly what I was just talking about. That if you set your sights on what you want, you will shine like the star you are destined to be, that you already are. You just haven't necessarily embraced that, And what is the largest star in our solar system? It's the sun. And all planets circulate around the sun. You will be that's what this card is, depicting. This woman is the sun, and she's holding the planets, circulating them around her. You will be able to influence the power and energy around you to bring about this abundant career, where you're able to elevate. There's a ladder here up against the tree, which is talking about going from a lower vibrational state where we're more in fear mode to a higher vibrational state where we're in a place of love and peace and acceptance and faith. There's butterflies talking about that transformation. The tree is illuminated, glowing, which is talking about enlightenment. And a tree is talking about having firm roots. You're really going to have a strong foundation to move forward. You are definitely on the right track, though, is the energy that I'm getting. So let's get some final cards. So what makes pile number 3 a rare gem? Why are they a rare gem? Or do you have any advice for pile number 3 on this journey forward? Okay, so the first card you got is inner world. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. Yes, you are constantly manifesting. A lot of different spiritual leaders and teachers will talk to you about manifestation, but they sometimes make it sound like it is something that you can participate in or not. The reality is you are constantly manifesting. Everything that's going on in your life, you have had a hand in. You are co-creating with the universe. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm saying that every hardship that happened in your life was created by you because you made the wrong move in your manifestations. Some of the painful things that happen in our life are written into our life plan to help us learn lessons and grow, and we can't avoid them. Pain is inevitable in life, but suffering is a choice, and we can learn to reframe things and try and look at it from a higher perspective. Even the most painful things, I can give you an example from my own life. When I was 25, my dad passed away from cancer, and it was the most painful experience of my entire life. And I never thought I would get to a point where I could make peace with that. And it's been quite a while since that happened. And I now recognize the beauty that occurred. When my dad passed away, it opened up other opportunities to me. It didn't take away the pain. I will always miss my dad, and I'm a psychic and I still get to connect with him on a regular basis. But I was opened up to be able to leave my hometown, to move to a larger city, to experience a new way of living, connecting with people I never would have met before, understanding myself on a deeper level, expanding to a new way of defining myself. And that exposure, experience after experience, eventually led me here, right? So that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that those experiences weren't painful and weren't in a way unjust, but you reframe it so that you can feel the love in your life. That's the other card you got, love. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. You start to be able to find gratitude for hardships. You start to be able to find love for yourself so that you can forgive yourself for the decisions that you made in the past that maybe you have had some shame around. You're able to say, you know what, I did the very best I could in that moment, and I'm going to just release myself from feeling guilty about this any longer. I'm going to recognize that I've learned something from this, and I'm actually going to take this experience and channel it into my work. I'm going to use it to help me create beautiful artwork or create this business where I might be able to help other people that are experiencing the same thing. So what final messages do you have for pile number 3? What makes them a rare gem? What do they need to know? Okay, so this turned over. You got dragonfly. You bring light to the world. Yes, and dragonflies are connected to the higher realms and getting messages from spirit and really being able to adapt and shift and change, especially your perspective, because dragonflies, if you think about their movements, they're very easily able to move and shift their position. As they're flying, they rapidly shift positions. And you have that naturally within your energy. You also got labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. That's what I was talking about with the career card, with the ladder, raising to a higher level of understanding, a higher vibrational level so that you can reach enlightenment. You have perspective on what has happened to you in the past. And really listening to your intuition will lead you out of this maze. I talk about this every time this card comes out, but the maze, the labyrinth, was created to house the Minotaur. The Minotaur can be a reference to our animalistic nature, our ego self, or even the shadow, and the parts of us that are self-serving and are focused on material wealth or getting praise from others. It's like filling your cup from outside of yourself instead of inside yourself. And if you can follow your intuition, like Theseus followed the golden thread to escape the labyrinth, you will be guided out of that darkness. You will escape that, and you will be led into a place of prosperity, because the final card you got is prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. You have to focus your mind on this success. You have to believe that you can do it. And I know how hard that is, because when I was building my own business, I was constantly faced with moments where things didn't go my way, or something would fall through the cracks, or something wouldn't, you know, like I wouldn't be able to record a video the way I wanted it to. Like even tonight, I had to like start this session of recordings like 4 or 5 times because my camera kept cutting out, or, you know, there was a problem with like, I don't even know what. I would like do the reading and then I'd go to my camera and it would only recorded 5 minutes. And I just have to make peace with that. I actually was going to do a totally different reading, but I got so frustrated. I was like, new topic. And that's probably why that was happening. It was probably because these were the messages that you guys needed to hear. And you just have to reframe everything, you know, and focus on how powerful you are. And that if you weren't meant to do this, you wouldn't want it so bad, right? Because you are heart-centered. You are doing it for the right reasons. You're not doing it because you want to be powerful. And there's a big difference between doing something from the heart because you want to fulfill your deepest desires and help others connect with, you know, their own passions, and doing something so that you can be better than other people and impress people and have material wealth. The material wealth will come. You deserve it. You deserve it when you're doing things for the right reason. Plus, you need to have some prosperity so you can continue to do this work. And that's what the universe wants for you. So just keep that in mind. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If anyone would like to have a one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. All of my booking information and services are available there. I do tarot card readings that are recorded. I do live sessions. I do coaching sessions where I talk about the metaphysical or any topic, actually. I also do Akashic Records reading, so if you were interested in knowing more about your past lives, I could help you with that. Those are always fascinating readings. And I do Reiki, energetic healing, and crystal healing. If you guys want to participate in the contest I talked about, just subscribe to the channel and comment below. If you could like and share this reading, that would be a huge help to me, and it would also help with the energy exchange so everything is balanced. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Take care.